All right, Nexus Gamers, welcome to Nexus Gaming Series Season 14. I am your host, your caster, your observer, your best friend, theStroke, and I'll be bringing you the action tonight for Clouded Minds versus U.S. Army Esports. Should be an interesting matchup. This is a very tight race here in Division C West, as we're looking at Clouded Minds and U.S. Army Esports, both sitting at 10 points, but that's only 4 points off from the number one spot. So we're just, get a 2-0 here, and you're automatically up in the top of this division. So it should be interesting to check out tonight. And I am happy to bring you guys the action one more time as we just keep on trucking along in this NGS Season 14. Having a grand old time, and glad you can join me here tonight. And we're looking to see some excellent play from both of these teams. Let's go ahead and get into a player highlight here. Kind of a little analysis on, some of the good players that we got rolling around here in this league. So one I want you to take a look at is Peach, the healer for the side of Clouded Minds. Rocking a 45% win rate, but the KDA 14.4, which is pretty crazy. And Peach is only dead 30 seconds out of every match this season in Season 14, which is pretty crazy. So providing pretty big heal numbers per game, 71,000. And it's just cool to see a healer who demonstrates the philosophy of, just don't die, dude. So pretty cool. Exciting to see this kind of gameplay here. Only plays 4 heroes, so if U.S. Army Esports is smart, they may want to start banning some of that out. But we do have the lobby getting set up currently, and I will let you know where we'll be going for game number 1. That's Clouded Minds versus U.S. Army Esports. U.S. Army Esports winning the coin toss, selecting to go with the first map pick. They elected to ban out Cursed Hollow and Sky Temple, with Clouded Minds banning Dragonshire and Towers of Doom. We will be give me more cosplay, says very soothing voice. Yeah, thanks a lot. Harking Giants Bane, thank you for the follow. Thanks for joining the group of people who are supporting the NGS casters this season. Very nice. So we'll be going, picked by U.S. Army Esports, to Tomb of the Spider Queen. All right. Looks like the lobby is getting set up here. And while that happens, I will ask chat, what's going on? What do you guys think? Who's going to pick up the victory tonight? Any of these teams would love to get a 2-0 to get themselves up into the top of the division. So let's see if I can use my newly channeled Twitch affiliate and create a poll here. Who's going to win tonight, chat? Just let me know in the chat. You an Army fan, or Clouded Mind's going to take it away? All I care about is I'd love to see me a 3-game match. Who gonna win, chat? U.S. Army Esports or Clouded Minds? You let me know. Yeah, I was always disappointed to see Towers of Doom banned out. It's a sad day. But if you are here for the first time, thanks for joining me tonight. And, I'll let my casting speak for itself. At the end of this, if you're excited about what I brought to the table, why don't you hit that little follow button and let you know when I go live every time I cast NGS, or when I play Heroes of the Storm, Destiny, whatever else I might be getting into. I'd love to have you along in this gaming journey. All right, looks like we're getting the lobby set. Possibly everyone is in. And like I said, very close standings here in Division C West. Clouded Minds and U.S. Army Esports tied for call it 6th place with 10 points. And it looks like we've got both teams ready. Caster is ready, and we may be getting into the draft for our first game for Clouded Minds U.S. Army Esports versus
Tomb of the Spider
Clouded Minds. Here we go, into the draft for our first match. Who's going to get banned out? Pretty small map. Tends to be a late game map, and Nazebo does pretty well. Easy to get ganked on this map, so you definitely want a safe solo laner. Clouded Minds is going to get the first ban for this first match. NGS Season 14. Let me know in the chat how you're enjoying this season. Corrosive X says U.S. Army Esports 2-1. Yep, that's kind of what I'm predicting, but we'll see how that goes. All right, first ban going over to Clouded Minds. We'll see what they get going. Greymane banned out. I think Fracture definitely likes to play him some Greymane. Take a look there at the bottom. This is for Division C altogether. Greymane's got a 18% pick rate with a 51% win rate. Gets banned about 6% of the time. You saw last Army game, right? I didn't. I think I missed that. That was versus Collecting Countless. Correct? I know they picked up the W, and I also know that they had some scheduling issues and were kind of late to get stuff scheduled. Lucio gets banned out for the second ban, and we also had Johanna banned out on the side of U.S. Army Esports. And lastly, the Junkrat. Junkrat rocking a 21% pick rate with a 50% win rate, but he does get banned about a third of the matches. Anubarak selected on the side of Star Knight for Clouded Minds. Definitely a meta tank. Provides a lot of good CC follow-up and is very strong with that Cocoon and level 20 rewind. All right, Blaze selected by B. Sanger. And we'll see what their next pick is. And the Sophonis for Surefire. Very nice. Can tend to shred right through Anubarak's low health pool, so he's got to watch out for that. Give me more cosplay says the VODs were up for last Army's last match. I'll have to go check that out if it was a good match. This is an exciting division. Tychus picked up by Trilania. Maybe he's a Trilana. Tychus and Peach, as we highlighted earlier, picked up the Stukov. All right. Final round of bans going over to the side of U.S. Army Esports. Let's see what they decide to round out their bans with. Leoric. Always a good, solid solo laner. Gets picked about a third of the time. Very good on this map. Good at rotations and definitely deadly with that Entomb. Garrosh gets up, picks the ban, or gets banned by Clouded Minds. Always just feels bad to get killed by a Garrosh, but it's not rocking the highest win rate here in Division C. So we'll see how that shapes up. Next pick, 2 over to the side of U.S. Army Esports. We're going to get Badger on May. And Anduin for Simeon. Final 2 picks on the side of Clouded Minds. They're going to pick up a Jaina and Imperius. A lot of CC going on to the side of Clouded Minds. Could definitely be scary. Final pick over to U.S. Army Esports. What's it going to be? Tassadar. So just a huge amount of damage potential for U.S. Army Esports versus the CC Lockdown on the side of Clouded Minds, just solely based on the draft. I'm probably going to give this one over to... that's going to be hard. I think I'm going to go with U.S. Army Esports just because they picked this map, so I imagine they're pretty confident with what's going on here. No switches, and we are heading into game number 1 of the best of 3 U.S. Army Esports against Clouded Minds. Chat, let me know who's going to win this thing. I'm excited to get right into it.
Prepare yourselves. The battle begins.
All right, for the blue team, Star Knight on Nubrak, Trelena on Tychus, Ruffian on Jaina, Kion on Imperius, and Peach playing Stukov. For U.S. Army Esports, B. Sanger playing Blaze, Surefire playing Sylvanas, Badger on the May, Fracture playing Tassadar, and Simeon on Anduin. Good luck, have funs all around for all players. I'm Pickle Matt says, theStroke is my favorite caster. Yeah, I can't agree more. Just really can't agree more. What's up, Swift? The first ever subscriber to theStroke's new affiliate hood on Twitch. You know, follow his lead. It's a great investment. I'm just kidding. You do you. I'll do me. All right, here we have the initial, XP gathering, as we typically see on this map. And Kion just kind of doing his thing as the solo laner. Blaze kind of waiting for his chance to clear the minions there. And right now we're just seeing a general peaceful match going on. Taking a look at the talent picks there at the bottom. Looks like we might get a shield build for a Nubrak going on. And Jaina looking to pick up globes. Watch out for that Stukov damage, as that lurking arm is going to start chipping away your health, especially the lower health you get. Keep an eye on the Tassadar damage throughout this match. He's already well above everyone else in damage. It's just hard to avoid that kit when it comes to the damage. Camps also very important on this map, so we'll see if either team starts to prioritize the camps early in this match. Right now, generally it's been relatively peaceful. Yeah, I think you're right, Swiftmeter. I think Big Eats, Mr. Craig, was the first subscriber to this channel. All right, gems being turned in on the side of Clouded Minds. But so far, all teams avoiding any sort of interaction with each other. No camps being picked up as of yet. Talents coming out for both sides. Level 3. There's that bed of barbs for a Nubarak. Definitely useful in keeping people from channeling. Keon getting low against B. Singer. He's trying to interrupt the turn in there, but nothing doing for him. Jaina's sitting at 12 globes already, so that's pretty good. And camps being worked on by Clouded Minds. Watching Monday Night Football theStroke on Twitch while sitting top 3 at work. Life is good. Very nice, Swift. That's, you're living the dream, basically. Oh, wait. Flying airplanes is actually the dream. But anyways. All right, so 9 gems turned in for the side of Clouded Minds, 19 over the side of U.S. Army Esports. Nobody is really fighting. That camp was picked up by Clouded Minds, but generally being cleared out relatively quickly. on the side of Clouded Mines, and now both teams have enough for the turn-in. One shy for U.S. Army Esports, but Clouded Mines already sitting at 44. Nubrak goes in on Simeon with a body block, followed by Jaina blow up. Very nice engage there. Kind of lulled the other team to sleep as they cleared that camp out, and first kill goes over the side of Clouded Mines while they get the first round of spiders. All right, here's the general strategy that most teams tend to do is put most of their members in the top lane, at least for the early spider pushes, to push into this top fort structure area. See if they can open up a lane for the boss later on in the game. Get some pressure going up there at top. And then Keon is just doing his job. We may get an engage here. Excellent zoning. Beta barbs sent out by Anubrak to prevent any sort of engage by Badger on his backline. And we do see one tower go down in the top lane. Possibly another. There you have it. And that's basically what you can expect from the first round of Web Weavers in this Tomb of the Spider Queen map. Now the play is to defend the turn-ins, preventing the other team from kind of pushing back the other direction and trying to pick up those 2 Web Weavers in a row. Jaina's up top, clearing the waves. We'll see if we get an engage going on here, or if they just elect to play it safe. Which they do. $60 gems on the side of U.S. Army Esports. I do have to be careful. Badger holds 19 of those, and then Blaze probably holds the other big chunk. Nubrak does go in on Sylvanas, who does get pulled away by Anduin, but follow-up impale by Imperius, but healing keeps Surefire in a safe position, and next spider objectives goes over to the side of Clouded Mines. Nubrak gets stunned by the Blaze, and then just destroyed by Sylvanas and Tassadar damage. Excellent engage there. So now we're sitting at 1 kill each. All right, we see the Sylvanas value being put forth here to take out these towers with a minion wave and a Web Weaver push. This is going to get a little bit dangerous with the Nubrak just coming back after the spawn. The wall does go out on Ruffian. He's getting very low. Oh, and the Q from Fracture kills him just the tip. Anubrak has to burrow to pick up Jaina's gems, and now we see Mind Control over on Anubrak, followed by the Web Wrap goes out, but too late. Sylvanas just tears through Anubrak's health, and now Star Knight goes down for the second time this match. They do manage to keep the fort up in the top lane, but now they're going to be struggling when it comes to gems. 27 available for the side of Clouded Mines, and we could see an immediate second turn-in for U.S. Army Esports. Sylvanas and Fracture looking to pick up the Bruiser camp on the side of U.S. Army Esports. Blaze still hanging on to 20 gems. Clouded Mines does have 35 gems available, so almost enough for another turn-in. So we'll see which of these teams is able to get the next channel. There goes that bed of barbs, preventing that. Wall comes out from Tassadar onto Star Knight, followed by the root by Anduin. He is able to get away, and then the burrow onto the back line. Jaina Blizzard takes out 2 of the squishies there. It's a big chunk of gems lost by their team. Excellent engage by Star Knight to turn that around. Oh, he's not done yet. Cocoon goes out onto the Tassadar, followed by an Impale onto the May. Stukov. Silence comes out, and 2 more members of U.S. Army Esports fall to that turnaround chain CC from Clouded Mines. I definitely like this engage style that they've got going on, where they immediately all turn onto the same group of people, and damage just burst out onto the target. Very nice, very organized. Peach taking out that wall with that giant arm. Got to have that removed immediately. The wall, not the arm. Keep the arm. Makes you look cool. All right, Blaze down here in the bottom lane is able to pick up the siege camp. And now we are just waiting for the next turn-in, which goes over to the side of Clouded Mines. There goes that chain CC burrow to impale. And Blaze does go down. It's just very hard to survive, especially when you're alone. That amount of CC with the Stukov. Lurking arm. All right, looks like we are starting to get some momentum in the favor of Clouded Mines. They are pushing 4-man bottom. Already down here, might as well stay down here. We'll see if we get an Anubarak burrow. Ice Wall does come out from Maid, hits Jaina. We do get the cocoon onto Sylvanas. Lurking arm does come out. Sylvanas gets saved by the Anduin pole. Star Knight is taking a lot of damage from the bottom fort, but he is able to get out of there without losing too much health, and we do get the bottom and top fort taken out for Clouded Mines. Fracture's in trouble here. Impale goes out. Light Bomb goes out to save him, and now he can start putting out the damage with his ult. Keon and Star Knight both getting very, very low. Star Knight escapes out of there with literally 200 health. Very nice re-engage by Tassadar following the Light Bomb. Scares off Clouded Mines, and now as U.S. Army Esports clears out the remainder of this Web Weaver push. Web Weaver. Thanks, Blizzard, for the tongue twister. Now we see what kind of answer are we going to get here from U.S. Army Esports when it comes to the objective.
Gather their gems. Bring them to me.
All right, chat, if you're in the chat, there is a poll out there. Who do you think's going to win this? At least game one. I'm still sticking by U.S. Army Esports, but right now, 6 kills to 3 on the side of Clouded Mines, and they do have enough, almost enough gems for another turn. I'm going to need about 10 more. On the other hand, U.S. Army Esports does have enough. Stun goes out onto Peach. She has to use her ult to get everyone away. Bunker goes out, followed by the black hole, and Peach is getting very, very low. A stun might be the end for her. Escapes with 200 health. Meanwhile, on the backline, Ruffian and Keon are doing work against Fracture and his friends. Meanwhile, Blaze gets split out as the members of Clouded Mines decide to change targets and turn on the Blaze as he chased a little bit too far for that Peach kill attempt. And now we have danger, danger, danger as 4 members of Clouded Mines push to take out this middle fort. Now they're rocking enough gems to get another Web Weaver turn-in. And that should be enough for them as they'll actually elect to back off and start channeling the camp, or at least tapping it so they can get a camp push while the Web Weavers spawn. Very nice play there. Not something you would see in lower divisions of Heroes of the Storm, or at least non-voice coordinated. All right, this thing is starting to snowball in the direction of Clouded Mines. We'll see if U.S. Army Esports has an answer to that CC chain. They may just have to rely on the damage output from their backliners, followed by an Anduin save. Right now, it doesn't seem like Badger can really do a whole lot against this CC front line. Clouded Mines. We do see a 5-man push in the middle lane. Sylvanas' mind control goes out, but she gets web wrapped. Lurking Arm is out on her position, but Stukov is going to have to stop channeling that, but he's going to channel once more. And these towers and wall are down, but the Web Weaver is getting very low. Black Hole comes out from Tassadar. Big damage going out onto Star Knight, who has to back off, get healed up. Looks like he might be ready to re-engage. They're just keeping this push going on the middle keep, while 2 members have to respond in the top and bottom lane for U.S. Army Esports. All right. action-packed, but they still have all their keeps. So U.S. Army Esports just needs to get a turn-in and a team fight win to turn this thing around. And don't forget, there is always boss throws. Don't forget about the boss throws, guys. All right, let's check out this poll. Looks like 75% of you decided that U.S. Army Esports is going to walk away with the win, at least on this first map, on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Very nice, very nice. This poll is brought to you by Monday Night Football. All right, we do have U.S. Army Esports holding on to a big chunk of gems, but not in a position to turn them in just based on the map pressure and, frankly, the CC kill machine that is Clouded Mines right now. 7 kills to 3 in favor of Clouded Mines. And now we're just kind of at a stalemate. One team doesn't want to get blown up. One team wants to blow up. And we'll see what happens. Are we going to get a boss feign? No. Looks like members of U.S. Army Esports are turning into the bottom lane. Anubrak does get a stun chain out onto May, who just gets disintegrated. Cocoon does go out onto Surefire, who gets pulled away by Anduin at the last minute. Kian is in there on the back line, but Web Weavers are channeled for U.S. Army Esports. They did lose their tank in the process, so we'll see if they're able to get any pressure going with that disadvantage. This Web Weaver in the center just gets immediately nuked, and this may not leave a whole lot of action and fun to be had for U.S. Army Esports with no tank. Feels bad when you get the Web Weavers and then your middle fort is keep is being pushed by the other team. All right, chat. One last Web Weaver available, doing his thing. Does take out a tower. MVP status right there. U.S. Army Esports getting postured for another quick turn-in, but they do need to be careful with that CC chain threat by Clouded Mines. Clouded Mines still pretty far away from being able to pick up their Web Weavers, whereas U.S. Army Esports just needs 10 more gems to get another round of Weavers. All right, level 20 is available for Clouded Mines. U.S. Army Esports wants no part of that. We do see the rewind for Anubarak. Jaina going with the water elemental range. And now we'll see if they decide to force the boss issue with level 20 talents available. Negative. Sitting at 41 gems. They're going to just elect to get these big chunks turned in, and we'll see if they do decide to work their way towards the boss, which they do. This should go down relatively quickly with Imperius, Tychus, and Jaina. Meanwhile, U.S. Army Esports in the bottom lane just deciding to get their gems turned in. The boss will have a direct march onto the top keep. 2 gems needed for turn-in for U.S. Army Esports. They're working on it currently. And they're going to need to get out of there ASAP if they don't want to avoid any sort of bad day. And there you have it. The second Web Weavers round in a row for U.S. Army Esports. But they do need to deal with this boss first on this keep. We'll see if they're able to save the keep before this boss does his damage. Meanwhile, unfortunately, these Web Weavers are just being disintegrated. All right, here's my prediction. The next team to win a team fight will win the game. I know, bold prediction on my part. The Sanger does need to be careful here, as all 5 members of Clouded Minds rotating on him. He gets chain CC'd. We do get the ice wall coming out, followed by the bunker. It gets 4 members of Clouded Minds, and now everyone is split. Cocoon does go out onto Anduin. He may not be able to save B Sanger, though, as he's just on the wrong side of that fight, but Tassadar putting out massive amounts of damage onto the back line of Clouded Minds, but Anubrak is ready to get back in there. Burrows onto Sylvanas and blows up Anduin, and now we see a 5-man team wipe on the side of Clouded Minds, as they probably will march this all the way home for game number 1. Unfortunately, I have to tell you that 75% of you were incorrect in your prediction. But how will U.S. Army Esports respond? Because they're not a team to go down lightly in any match. Yeah, that chain CC combo was just a little bit too tough to deal with. Peach. All right, taking a look at some stats here. We talked about the fact that Peach tends to not die and puts out massive amounts of healing, and there you have it. 0 deaths, 70,000 healing. And yeah, double the Anduin. Very nice work. 13 kills to 3 on the side of Clouded Minds. So I will say that is definitely a surprising result. But one that we had a good time watching. It's fun to watch CC chains like that, especially when they're coordinated. We'll see where we're headed next for game number 2. Division C West, round 6 action for Nexus Gaming Series Season 14. Chat, how's NGS going this season for you guys? We're having a great time over in Division E West, Bonsai Gaming. We haven't won, but that doesn't mean we're not having a great time. It's been grand out there. All right, no Dragonshire available or Towers of Doom. And looks like we will be heading to Infernal Shrines. Get that updated for y'all. All right, heading over to Infernal Shrines, selected by U.S. Army Esports after the loss. So we'll see first pick going over to the side of Clouded Minds. And yeah, that was definitely not what I expected, but fun to watch. And I'm excited to see how our Army brethren respond to that that little blow. But, you know, you just got to forget about it and move on. Got to move on. Keep on moving. Go ahead and see how Anubarak is doing this season in Division C. Rocking a 26% selection rate with a 49% win rate. Does get banned quite a bit. Just to bring it back full circle. We highlighted it earlier, but Peach, she keeps her team alive. She doesn't die, he or she, and pumps out the healing numbers. So if U.S. Army Esports wants to win this, they're going to probably need to find a way to maybe ban out her hero pool, his or her hero pool, Peach's hero pool, or focus on removing that player from the match. Just keep them spawning. Right, the lobby is set up. We'll see if we get some readies going. And yeah, we did get to watch one pretty cool 5-man deletion. Clouded Minds is ready. U.S. Army Esports is ready. And we are just seconds away from map number 2. Division C West, round 6, Clouded Minds versus U.S. Army Esports. Who gonna win? Who gonna win? All right. Both teams are ready, and we are headed to the draft on Infernal Shrines. Chat, let me know who you think's gonna pick up the victory. Is it gonna be a quick one? Or are we gonna see extra innings? All right, Clouded Minds with the first pick does ban out the gray main once again. And Stukov right away, they say, all right, Peach, show us who else you can play, because we ain't about that life. Stukov rocking a 26% pick rate. Let's see if we can get you some data on Peach is a record with that hero. Nope. Okay, no working. All right, we get the Lucio ban and the Junkrat ban as well. All right, let's see how Clouded Minds is going to play this. Are they going to switch it up, or are they going to just continue to go with what worked last time? That chain CC blow up was quite effective. All right, Star Knight is going to pick up the Johanna, another meta tank. Tychus for Surefire on the side of U.S. Army Esports. And the Diablo for Badger. Always fun to watch the Terror Lord do some wall banging. All right, 2 more picks over the side of Clouded Minds. I'm going to guess Anduin and... No. Damn. Peach picks up the Brightwing, and Keon picks up the Malthael. Interesting. That's going to be fun to watch. All right, final round of bans for game number 2. Clouded Minds versus U.S. Army Esports. Maybe see a mage ban here, possibly. Sylvanas. And finally, last round of bans on to the side of Clouded Minds. Who do they not want to play against? The Rhaegar, as healers are at a premium with 3 of them banned out. We'll see who U.S. Army Esports decides to pick up. Anduin's still available. Didn't have a ton of healing last round. Wall banging for Ubuntu. Banging booties. All right, Uther and Chromie. They want to bring out a CC chain of their own. All right, final 2 picks over to the side of Clouded Minds. Who they gonna be? All right, the Deathwing. Oh, man. And the Orvia for Ruffian. You know, Deathwing, he just changes the way that you have to play. It's fun to watch, but it's definitely frustrating to play against. So good luck to you. Wouldn't want to be you. And final pick for U.S. Army Esports is Leoric for Fracture. There we have it. Teams are set. We'll see if we get any swapping going on. Sure would be cool if you didn't. Know what I mean? And there we have it. We are off. Just one loading screen away from game number 2, Infernal Shrines, Clouded Mines versus U.S. Army Esports. While the game loads, if this is your first time and you're enjoying what you're watching and hearing from the side of your caster, you know, just hit that follow button. You'd be my best friend. All right, for the blue team, Star Knight on Johanna, Deathwing played by Trilena, Ruffian playing Orphea, Keon on Malthael, and Peach on the Brightwing. For U.S. Army Esports, our red team, B Singer playing Chromie, Surefire on the Tychus, Badger on Diablo, Fracture playing Leoric, and Simeon on Uther.
10 seconds.
Good luck, have funds abound.
5, 4,
Always nice to see sportsmanship going on in this field of friendly strife.
battle begin.
And here we go. Let's meet in the middle and just brawl it out. Leoric Artery on his way to the top says I have no intentions of doing that against Deathwing, and I'm going to go do my thing. We are going to get a Shield Glare build coming from Star Knight. This will be an interesting matchup, especially late game for the solo laners. It's interesting that they picked Deathwing into the Tychus, because he can kind of shred right through that health pool if they play their cards right. All right, camps are both up, and immediately both teams initiate getting those camps. Malthael still in the top lane. And we're just going to see some double lane soakage going on from both of these solo laners. Both camps picked up by both sides as those goatmen march and meet in the middle. Keon is doing his part to clear out the minions. Fracture meets him there. So far, no team jumping onto this bottom goatman camp, this little siege camp, but small skirmishes breaking out. Nothing crazy, just a bunch of ranged poke. We do have Chromie wards going out with those time traps. Camps are still pushing in the middle. Fracture is getting relatively low. Keon is able to put his dot onto him. He's going to have to use his E to go ahead and get on out of there. And now we do see some posturing going on for this bottom siege camp as Trilena picks up positioning on the Deathwing. Meanwhile, Surefire just starts doing Tychus things onto the Star Knight, but the very last second phase shift by Brightwing allows Malthael to join the fight and kill both Uther and Diablo. Very nice recovery, as we did see Star Knight getting extremely low. And now we have 2 kills to none for the side of Clouded Mines, continuing where they left off. Keon up here on the Bruiser camp. Meanwhile, Leoric doing his thing in the top lane. And now our first shrine is spawning in the bottom lane. Badger does get caught in Molten Flame. Already 7 Skeletal Warriors over to the side of Clouded Mines, and we'll see how they elect to go after this. We do see a Diablo charge onto Ruffian, who's able to get out of there with no problems. Trelena is just sitting there full health. And now Fracture getting blown up by the Molten Flame. Time Trap over onto Star Knight. Chromie gets Peach extremely low. She escapes out of there with about 150 health. And now this fight is slowly turning into the favor of U.S. Army Esports. They are down 31 Skeletal Warriors to 24. We'll see if they can race to the finish, as there is a camp pushing onto that top fort. We are relatively equal on Skeletal Warriors now. And 36 over to the side of U.S. Army Esports. Trelena does fly in with the Deathwing. 2 more going over to the side of U.S. Army Esports, and the first Punisher picked up by them. Tychus is parked on Trelena and taking her down to half health. All right, Punisher does jump onto the members of Clouded Minds, but so far, not a whole lot of structure damage going out, and now we do see some issues happening here in the top lane for U.S. Army Esports as they nearly lose this top fort in that fight to secure the Punisher, which didn't give them a whole lot of value. They did get 1 tower out of it. All right, Siege Camp being worked on by members of U.S. Army Esports as well as Clouded Minds. Deathwing is going to take off into the skies. B-Sanger will also hearth, looking to pick up full health and mana pools. Right now, the only camp available on the map is the Bruiser camp on the side of the U.S. Army Esports. Meanwhile, Deathwing flies in onto 2 members of U.S. Army Esports. They are able to escape out of there with no major damage. At the end of the day, I just don't know if this Uther solo heal is going to be enough to mitigate the sustained damage available for Clouded Minds, but we'll see. If they can delete members of the other team, then it should work, but we'll see. Star Knight does get flipped and charged by Badger, and then stunned by Uther, taken down to about a quarter of her health now. We'll see if we get the Brightwing phase shift. Deathwing does use his ult. Meanwhile, Keon is just parked onto Tychus. He does get a heal from Uther last second. The phase shift in from Brightwing is just a second too late, and now we lose Malthael into the back line, but all members of U.S. Army Esports extremely low, having to back out of there. Overall, a good fight for U.S. Army Esports. All right, level 10's picked up by Clouded Minds. We're going to see the blink from the Brightwing. Last rites for Malthael. Flesh Shield from Johanna. Fear or Bellowing Roar from the Deathwing. And we do get to see Crushing Jaws from the Orphea. And 4 members of Clouded Minds continue to push in this bottom lane, putting pressure on this bottom fort. Siege Camp is cleared by U.S. Army Esports, and now we are just waiting for our next shrine to spawn. There are camps available. Fracture does need to be careful as Keon is here. He's got those last rites. This may be enough, and Fracture goes down. The danger of finding yourself alone in a match where you can't get away from a Malthael. She's going to start farming stacks of last rites on you. All right. Camps, Bruiser camps on both sides of the map being picked up by respective teams, and we are 20 seconds away from our shrine in the top lane. Checking out the damage numbers here. Nothing crazy. Tychus and Chromie both sitting at 14,000, and Malthael leading the way for the other team. Deathwing does fly in and fear some members of U.S. Army Esports away, but overall nothing doing in the form of damage. Shalena sitting about half health. And now we'll see if we get this shrine channeling going. Oh, Blessed Shield goes out, hits 3 members of U.S. Army Esports, followed by the Crushing Jaws, and B-Sanger gets caught in the middle of it all. There goes the damage numbers for Chromie, and followed up by the kill onto Tychus. Both damage dealers for U.S. Army Esports down currently. Fracture, the only line of defense available, as Badger has to back off with some low health. All right, now we're going to see Wicked Inferno coming out from Deathwing. This is where he's going to start pumping out a lot more damage, making it much harder to stay in place and fight. All right. Do see Ruffian take a decent amount of damage. Wall bang by Diablo, and the flip followed by stun by Uther. There you see that Deathwing damage just going out. He's at about a quarter health as well. Has to use his spear to get on out of there, but Fracture continues the chase. He does need to be careful, as Keon still has his last rites available, and many members of U.S. Army Esports getting very low. Deathwing is going to have to try to fly out of there just in the nick of time. He is able to do so with a little bit of health left, but meanwhile, U.S. Army Esports is able to start taking out these skeletal warriors to try to pick up the advantage for this shrine. This is the problem with a solo Uther healer, though. They're all just kind of sitting at low health with not a whole lot of opportunity for him to heal them up. Deathwing is going to drop down with about half health. Does get bursted down by Tychus and Leo. There goes the last rites onto Diablo. Great divine shield by the Uther to save him, but meanwhile, Entomb goes out onto Star Knight, followed by a wallbang by Diablo, and that is going to be the end of the tank for Clouded Minds. Sherlena getting low in the backline as Surefire parks on him, but Clouded Minds is able to pick up the Punisher just barely by a margin of 40 to 36. Cleanse goes out onto Surefire to keep the Punisher from stomping on his face, and Tychus Chromie should be able to clear this out relatively quickly. Members of Clouded Minds spread out to share the experience load as they let John Cena do his thing on this top fort. He is not going to be strong enough to take that out, so they do manage to hold on to the fort. And never mind. Looks like maybe Deathwing finished that thing off, or maybe a minion. It's on me. I missed it. All right, now we are sitting at 6 kills to 5 in favor, just barely, for Clouded Minds. But this thing is slowly starting to turn around in the momentum for U.S. Army Esports. They've had 2 good team fights in a row with the Entomb Diablo combination. We'll see if we get another one going here. Peach is in a dangerous position, but Army Esports not really clear on the advantage that they had there. Fracture's got to be careful. He is a little bit caught out. He's got a long way to go to safety if he needs it. All right, level 16 is picked up by Clouded Minds. There you have it, the conflagration for Deathwing. So always remember to spread out if you can when you're fighting against that. We do see Orphea continuing to focus on that Q build. And no forced engagement with 16s by Clouded Minds. They're just going to elect to kind of wait it out as U.S. Army Esports is able to pick up their level 16s. Fast forward for Chromie. Benediction for Uther, making him a lot more sustainable. And top Bruiser Camp being picked up maybe by U.S. Army Esports. I mean, he's literally ready. Just bow down, ready to serve. All right. Just going to let this Bruiser Camp Kind of hang out until it matters. Should be getting the shrine in the bottom lane here shortly. US Army Esports does need to be careful here as their healer is not quite with them. Will we see the Entomb out onto Keon? We do, but he teleports right around. Crushing draws out onto the Diablo, who's able to escape out of there, no problem. Oh, there you see that burst damage coming from the conflagration from Deathwing. Just very, very painful to get caught up in that. It's like Chain Bomb, but more bursty. And we do see US Army Esports members all hearthing to get healthy for this bottom lane fight for the shrine. This Bruiser camp is healthy and pushing in the top lane against US Army Esports, but they're going to have to move down into the shrine area if they don't want to get too far behind. I do believe Entomb is out, but so is Blessed Shield, APOC as well. There you see just the extreme blow-up damage from Deathwing. Entomb goes out onto Trillana, who is able to escape out of there, and now Fracture getting chased by 3 members. A lot of damage going out, and mostly healthy for Clouded Minds. Yeah, that Sands of Time just forced them to get stuck in that funneled area, and then the Deathwing damage just started to rack up. You see Deathwing sitting at 38,000 damage currently.
Blue team has destroyed the fort.
Deathwing just changes how you have to play. It's hard to deal with. See who John Cena decides to jump in on here. Everyone playing it relatively safe, knowing that a Blessed Shield could be the follow-up and Doom. There is the jump out, and Unstoppable goes out onto Diablo. Blessed Shield does miss all members of US Army Esports. Meanwhile, bottom keep down to about half health. Punisher down to about half health. And there you have it. The bottom keep gets removed from the map. And Clouded Minds is going to elect to back off, maybe finish off this middle fort. If you're Army Esports, you may want to try to enforce an engagement here before level 20s are available for Clouded Minds. As you do have the Chromie level 20 advantage at but looks like they may just not be in the cards. Like they want to do it, but don't know where they are, which is fine. Safe. All right, level 20 is available, and you see immediately Clouded Minds working to get in there. 3 members get hit by Blessed Shield by Keon, and now we see the Deathwing fly in. Stasis goes out for Chromie, but she gets just annihilated by the Molten Flame of Deathwing. Last Rites does go out onto Diablo, but another timely Divine Shield from Uther to save Diablo. But we do have Chromie down for another 37 seconds. Oh, the flip goes out onto Johanna. She's in a bad spot. We'll see if they can get the wall down. Deathwing does fly in to kind of mitigate some of that damage going out onto Johanna. And all members of Clouded Minds are able to get out of there with their lives. Odin does come out for Surefire. And Clouded Minds continues to force the issue here in this middle lane on the middle keep. Chromie back up. Camps available and being taken by Clouded Minds. Pickle Matt asks, who's your favorite character to play? Redeeming his channel points there. Out of all these heroes, the most entertaining one to play for me is Orphea. Just the most fun, mobile, and very unique playstyle. I think my highest win rate out of all these heroes is either Deathwing or Johanna. It's hard to die with Johanna. And so if you don't die, you typically do pretty well. What about you, Pickle Matt? Who's your favorite hero to play in here? I'm going to guess... Diablo? Tychus? I don't know. I don't think you've ever played Uther. Probably Deathwing, actually. Everyone loves Deathwing. All right, we do see U.S. Army Esports working on this shrine immediately. Badger engages onto Star Knight, but now we're going to see just a lot of damage coming out from Deathwing. Actually misses most of the members of U.S. Army Esports. Keon is slightly caught out. Silencing Entomb comes out onto him, followed by a charge from Diablo. But he is able to escape out of there. There goes the Divine Shield on 2 members of U.S. Army Esports. But Simeon goes down as well as Leoric, and now it's just a chase onto the remaining members of U.S. Army Esports. Diablo falls as well. He does have souls, so he'll be back up, but right now this isn't looking super promising as this keep is low as well. And no healer for another 40 seconds. Surefire's got to be careful. One, engage from Keon might be the end of him. Does get into the Hall of Storms, gets healed back up. Top keep goes down. This middle keep is not long for this world. And now we're just seeing pressure from all directions. Fracture is back up. He's got the Silencing Entomb once again onto the Malthael. The charge from Diablo pushes Malthael out of the Entomb, unfortunately. Maybe it may have been a bug, or the Entomb may have disintegrated just at the wrong time. And now we're probably going to see the end of this match relatively quickly. 20 minutes in, 13 kills to 5 on the side of Clouded Minds. And unless Simeon and Surefire can valiantly hold off this push, we are going to see a 2-0 victory for members of Clouded Minds. And GG's coming out for all members. Very exciting win for Clouded Minds. Let's take a look at this Deathwing damage, because it's just painful. Although he didn't finish with the top, as Malthael was able to start chunking out those big health pools. 13 kills to 5 in favor of Clouded Minds. And there you have it, folks. That's all she wrote. A quick 2-0. As we get things set up for the interview, we'll see who we can get in here post-game wise for Clouded Minds. All right. Very exciting. Definitely a little bummed that we're not going to have a game 3. But, sometimes you have it. See if we can get someone up in here for an interview from Clouded Minds, picking up the 2-0. Round 6.
Hello.
Hey, who do we got in the chat tonight?
This is Kian.
Kian, welcome, and congratulations on the relatively convincing 2-0. How are you guys feeling about that victory?
Oh, it feels good. We've had some tough matches. We played some good teams, and it feels good to get one back.
Yeah, for sure. Talk a little bit about the Deathwing pick. Is this something you guys look to pick up if you can, or is it a target of opportunity? It was fun to watch, and the damage numbers were hard to deal with for U.S. Army Esports.
I think it was more of a target of opportunity. We just go in and it's like, okay, what can we do with what their team is showing, right? So we typically have our confident picks first, and then our last picks are just kind of counters. And we saw like, okay, well, with the Uther and then Diablo, Deathwing's not a bad idea here. So that's what we did.
For sure. You were putting out some massive damage numbers on Ola Malthael. Is that one of your heroes that you enjoy playing?
I do. I play most of the offlane heroes, but you know, Malthael's somewhat of a newer one,
Right.
picked up this season, but it feels really good.
Very nice. It was fun to watch, and always painful for a Leoric when he's solo against you, and even though he's got full health, you've got that last rites available, and there's nothing he's going to be able to do to save himself. What did you think about the Uther divine shields?
Uther, well, in the back of my head when I started the game, I was like, well, if he goes D-Storm, then I don't have to worry about it. But I noticed he was saving D-Shield for Last Rites, and he did it twice. He was, good enough to do it. So I was like, well, I'll just at the end of the game, I just said, I'll just start throwing it out there. Let's burn cooldowns.
Right. Yeah. Very nice. It's fun to watch and excellent. All right. Let's talk about game number one. You guys, I think, finished 15 kills to 3, and that chain CC combo that you guys had going out. Who were you playing in the first match?
I was Imperious in the first match.
Imperious. Okay. The very coordinated, and sometimes you guys quickly change targets. Is that something you guys practice and kind of take pride in as your team communication skills?
Yeah, I actually think at the beginning of the season that was one of our weaker points, but we really, have been working on that, and it's just like let's cut out the clutter. Let's make sure that our shot caller is the one who's really being listened to. Let's make sure we feed him all that and good information. And I think it's helping a lot. The changing of the targets is um, an important one because it's like a lot of the times when we first started playing, it was like I would go on one person who I thought I could kill, and then like the
Right.
tank and everyone else. But we've been playing together a bit now, so we're starting to figure it out.
Yeah, you guys should have some pretty cool clips picked up from the VOD to check out. There was a really awesome one where you guys were kind of focused on one person, and then all of a sudden, after the Anubarak Burrow, the Jaina Blizzard and the Stukov Lurking Arm all went to the same spot on two members of U.S. Army Esports and just disintegrated. So very nice communication there. It was cool to watch.
Thank you.
All right, so NGS season 14. How many seasons have you played?
I This is my third season. I played a little bit of Heroes Lounge, then I took some time off, and then I was like, well, I still want to play, so I looked into finding some teams, and Clouded Minds is where I landed.
Very nice. Yeah, it's cool to see this little community growing, and I'm glad you found a place to play. Even though this game is on life support, it seems like these players refuse to let the game die. So glad
Yeah.
you're here on along the ride.
Oh yeah, me too. I mean, pretty much the vast majority of people in NGS are like just wonderful people, and they're so awesome to be around. And it's just a great community. I'm so glad to be a part of it.
Yeah, totally agree. And there you have it, folks, from Kian, the 2-0 victory. He's going to go celebrate with his team tonight, maybe get some ARAM in, you know what I mean?
Oh
And
yeah.
I'll give you the floor, Kian, for the next few minutes. You can tell people where they can find you, social, whatever you want, shout outs. It's all you.
All right. So first things first, I want to shout out you. Thank you very much for picking up the cast. And that's one of the things I really love about NGS is everyone has an opportunity to be cast. So thank you so much.
Yeah,
Um,
of course.
Second thing is thank you to USAE. It's always a blast playing you guys. We played them so many times in Storm League last season, and then this season we played them, and we know it's always a hard fought battle. So thank you, and thank you very much for your service. We all appreciate it. Everyone on my team for sure. Um, and then shout outs to Clouded Minds. Uh, you know, just being awesome people. We have 3 teams this season. We had a bunch of teams last season, and everyone's good people. So I think that's about it for me.
Awesome, Kian. Thanks for joining us tonight. Congratulations once again on the victory, and go enjoy it. And we'll see you next time. Hopefully, I'll pick up some more of your guys' games before the season's over. And good luck with the playoffs. It's a tight race there in Division C, so we'll see. We'll hopefully see you guys in the future here.
We'll see. It's always tough in Div C, but thank you again.
Yep. Have a good one.
You too.
There you have it, folks. Kian from Clouded Minds. Pretty excited about their victory, and we got to see some excellent coordination and CC blow-ups from that team, especially in game number 1. So fun to watch, and always exciting to get to watch a team like that. For U.S. Army Esports, it's back to the drawing board, but it is just over halfway through the season. Definitely got time to make up some ground, and they're a good team, so we'll see them bounce back here in the future. All right, Star Knight, thanks for the follow, man, and good luck to you guys as you move forward into the future. Chat, thanks for joining me tonight. It's been a blast. I'm always have a great time bringing you guys Nexus Gaming Series Heroes of the Storm action. I'll be doing it here more in the future, and also playing games more in the future for you guys. So if you like what you saw and heard, not necessarily from the players, but the caster, hit that follow button if you so desire. I'd love the support, and let you guys know when I go live casting these games or playing my own from time to time here. I will take this last little bit of time to promote for myself and my buddies in the chat. So Swiftmedia and I'm Pickle Matt and myself, we host a gaming podcast, One More Game podcast. Every Sunday night, you can catch us live at twitch.tv/OMG podcast. And we talk video games. We talk industry news, game releases, upcoming game reviews, things we've been playing. And then every week we get into a major topic when it comes to gaming. So this last week we talked physical health in gaming, how not to become broken and battered from carpal tunnel and neck and back pain issues, and remembering to take care of yourself when you're sitting at these desks for hours and hours and hours. So yeah, if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, you can check us out once again, twitch.tv/OMG podcast, casting every night live at 9 p.m. Central. And if you don't have time to do that, you can always listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else you might find your podcast. Check it out. Join the community. We'd love to have you guys. And once again, thanks for joining us tonight. Everyone who followed, thanks for all the support. And we'll see you next time in the Nexus. Before I go, I'll leave you with one final thought. Just because you have to grow up doesn't mean you have to stop gaming. Game on, gamers, and we'll see you next time in the Nexus. Take it easy.